get started. We're actually going to start seated. I just needed a moment. I feel like a human ping pong ball these days, of like trying to get my kids to where they're supposed to be. And like, it's Monday, I'm in the right place. We're here, it's good. So we'll start seated and we'll get started. Just finding that comfortable centered seat. Let's place our hands down on our lap somewhere. And let's take a deep breath in, drawing the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, release. Let's let our eyes close. And let's take some nice deep breaths. As we take a few more of these nice deep breaths, let's fill the lungs with this nice spring energy. Scanning through the body, just promising to be good to yourself through the practice. If there's anything that I suggest that doesn't work for your body, just change it up or take a break. Let's let our chin drop toward the chest, breathing into the back of the neck. Then let's let our right ear drift over toward the right shoulder and do just a little sideways nod here. Then back to center and over to the left. Little sideways nod. Back to center, letting that chin drop. Let the eyes softly open. We'll press the chin forward and then reach it upward toward the sky. Then pull the chin back, exhale, we'll lower the chin down. Let's do that again. Press the chin forward, reach it up. Pull the chin back, reach it down. One more time. And back to center. Let's come onto all fours, hands and knees. Please feel free to use some padding under the knees or the wrists or both. Coming into our tabletop, let's begin cat-cow. So we'll arch the back as we breathe in and round the back as we breathe out. And breathing our way back to a neutral spine, let's draw the abdominals in and up. We're going to slide our left leg back toward the back of the mat and then slide it forward, bringing that knee down to the mat. Then the right leg, we'll just slide it back, keeping a light contact and bring it back right underneath the hip. Let's keep going side to side, inhaling out, exhaling in, keeping that neutral sacrum, like maybe we've got a nice cup of chai or something that we're balancing on the hips so they're not tipping left or right. We're going to add opposite arm. So as one leg slides back, we'll reach the opposite arm forward, lightly touching the ground or the mat. So we're just sliding forward and back. Good. And now we're going to add, we'll slide out, then lift, touch down, and slide back. Slide it out, lift, touch down, and slide back. Let's keep going. Let's do one more on each side. And on our last one, we'll lift and hold. Scoop the abdominals up. We're going to open the arm to the outside and the legs. We're on a diagonal. Then slowly cross the midline of the body. Open it slowly back out, finding that diagonal line. Slowly cross the midline. Let's keep going. One more time. Then we'll reach straight forward, straight back. As we exhale, elbow and thigh come close together. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, elbow and thigh come close in. Beautiful. Keep breathing. One more time. Then we'll stretch it out. Big long reach, big inhale. Exhale, come on down. We'll either take a child's pose or a puppy pose. So for child's pose, we'd reach the hips back, stretching the arms long. For puppy pose, we'd keep the hips lifted and just walk the arms out and melt the heart. So either one of these are fine resting poses. We'll take a couple more deep breaths. Then rising back up to our tabletop, scoop the core in and up. We'll reach opposite arm and leg forward. Hold on to that core engagement. We're going to slowly open out to that diagonal line, and then just as slowly cross that midline. We can use our inhale to open it out and exhale to cross, or just keep breathing. Keep lifting. Two more. Then we'll reach straight forward, straight back, big inhale. Exhale, knee and elbow come together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl in. Keep going. One more. We'll end on a big reach, big inhale, and exhale, lower down. Child's pose or puppy pose. Turn the palms up. Let's open and close the hands a few times. Then let's rise back up to our tabletop. We're going to curl our toes under and lift the hips. We're coming up into downward dog. And let's walk it out. So we're bending one knee and then the other. Breathing deep into the backs of the legs. Then planting both feet, we'll lift up onto the balls of the feet. We're going to walk our hands forward. So we're coming into a plank pose. So lowering those hips, finding that nice long line. Beautiful. Then inch by inch, we're going to walk the hands back toward the feet. So we're going to come into a deep forward fold here with our fingertips near the feet. If you've got padding on your mat, just set it aside. Take a full breath here. Then breathing as we go, we're going to tiptoe our hands forward, bringing weight into the hands as soon as we can, inch by inch. We're walking those hands out until we arrive back in our plank pose. When we get there, let's bend one knee, then the other, bend one knee, then the other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips, inch the palms back, keeping weight on the palms as long as possible until we arrive back in our forward fold. This time we're going to roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, until we're all the way standing. With an inhale, let's reach to the sky. And exhale, float the arms down. We're going to slide those palms down the legs. coming all the way back down into our forward fold. Then inch by inch, we're going to walk those palms out into our plank. Because it's just too much fun to only do it twice. Bend one knee, then the other. Bend one knee, then the other. Keep reaching forward through the crown of the head for 3, 2, 1. Walk those palms back little by little, inch by inch, till we're in a forward fold. We're going to slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Once we're standing, big inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms down. Slide those palms down the legs. And one last time, palm the earth. Walk those palms forward, little by little, until we're in our favorite pose. Finally, back in plank. Bend one knee, then the other. Bend one knee, reach the crown of the head forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna walk the hands back, but just halfway. So we're back in our downward dog. Put a little bend in the knees. Give the head a little shake here. Good. We'll lift the heels just slightly. We're gonna take our right leg back behind us. Big inhale, lift it up. Exhale, set it down. Then the left leg, inhale, reach it back. Exhale, set it down. We'll keep going, side to side. 3, 2, and 1. Bend those knees, we'll lower down. Child's pose or puppy pose. Turn the palms up, open and close the hands. Then deepening the breath, let's slide the forearms forward so the forearms are on the mat. Take a moment to wrap your palms around the outer elbow to make sure that the elbows aren't too wide apart. You should be able to reach the palms all the way around the elbow. Good. Then we'll bring the forearms forward, lift the knees, and we'll walk back into a forearm plank. And from here, we'll bend one knee just a little bit, then the other. Bend one knee, then the other. So not dolphin, hips are lowered. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees to the ground. Let's curl the toes, reach the arms forward, and we'll pull the hips back into a very active child's pose. 3 full breaths. Then let's rise on up, and we'll come to a seat on our mat, and let's place our ball right behind the lower back, stretching the legs out long, legs parallel. So reach the toes toward the sky. And before we even use the ball, we're just going to fold those arms. And with an exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. So we'll keep on going. One more to each side. Then back to center, we'll bend our knees, placing the soles of the feet onto the mat. Reach the arms forward. Tuck the tail, we're gonna roll down part way. Scoop the belly and curl back up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale here, exhale, scoop up. And we'll keep going. If you have a longer breath cycle, you can just keep on exhaling to scoop back up. And we're going to start just lingering in that lowest down place. Just an extra second or two. Just an extra second or two before we roll up. We want to stay curled, so we're not going into a back bend. We're really tucking that tail under, staying scooped the whole time. Yeah. Good. The next time we scoop down, let's hold. Imagine trying to curl your tailbone underneath. We're going to reach one arm up. Inhale. Exhale it down. Inhale the other arm up. Exhale it down. Back and forth. Then if you want to do both, ooh, 2 more, and 1. We'll curl on up, stretch the legs out into a small V shape, about as wide as the narrow edges of the mat. We'll reach our arms out wide, big inhale. Exhale, twist toward those opposite toes. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, center. We'll add a little sawing movement here. Pulse, pulse. Back to center. Twist and pulse, pulse. That's it. Let's do 1 more, 2 each side. Back to center, we're going to scoop our knees up and in, bringing the soles of the feet back onto the mat. Reach those arms forward. Tuck the tail, curl back part way, scoop right back up. We'll do 2 more. Last one, we're going to scoop back and hold. We're going to go to the left, reaching that left arm back with an exhale, then bringing it center on the inhale. Stay on that left side. Exhale the arm back. Inhale it forward. 3 more. And 1. Curl on up. Big inhale. Exhale, tuck the tail, curl down part way. We're going to curl straight back up. 2 more. Curl down. And up. Last one, tuck the tail, curl down. We're going to hold. And now we're going to go to the right. Exhale. Inhale, center. Plant those feet. 2 more. Keep scooping that tailbone. Last one. And curl on up. Big inhale. We'll stretch the legs straight out in front. With a big inhale, let's lift the arms. Exhale, reach forward. Then let the back round. We'll take a few breaths in this forward fold. Then let's curl on up. We'll bend those knees, bring the soles of the feet back onto the mat. We'll do one more fun thing right here. Tuck the tail, curl down halfway. We're gonna hold. Reach that left arm back, hold. Lightly press the right palm into the thigh and the thigh into the hand. We're gonna pulse that left arm back. Reach an inch, lift an inch. Reach, little pulses for 3, 2, 1. Back to center, curl on up. Inhale. Exhale, tuck that tail, curl down, hold. Reach the right arm back. Push that left palm into the thigh and the thigh into the palm. Little pulses. Keep curling that tail under. Keep reaching your lowest ribs toward the pubic bone. For 3, 2, 1. Curl on up. Big inhale. And exhale, just soften. We'll stretch the legs into our V shape again. Inhale to open the arms. Exhale, reach toward opposite toes. Saw, saw. Back to center. And twist. Little saw. One more to each side. And back to center. We'll gather those knees in, soles of the feet to the mat. We're going to roll our ball a little further back so that when we come down, we'll come onto one forearm and make sure the ball will be right between those shoulder blades. Then the other forearm, so we can lounge a little bit, but want to keep those arms hugging together. Then let's bring the knees up, scooping the belly in. We'll draw the thighs a little closer. With an exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the other side. And center. We'll go side to side. Squeeze the arms toward each other. The next time we twist to the left, hold. Keep pulling those shoulders back. We'll slowly extend the legs. Inhale, bend, back to center. Twist to the right, hold, extend, ooh, bend, and back together. We're going to keep going side to side. Keep squeezing those arms together. We'll do one more to each side. Back to center. Let's roll on up. Stretching the legs now into a wide V. We'll inhale, reach right up the center line. Exhale, reach forward as long as you can with a flat back. Then let the back round, and we'll take a few resting breaths. Toes are up toward the sky here. So we're getting a nice deep stretch through the backs of the legs. Soften the jaw and the eyes, but keep those deep breaths flowing through. And walking our hands back up to center. We're going to bring the soles of the feet back onto the mat. So soles of the feet are together. And for a moment, we're just going to reach our hands back behind us, fingertips pointing away. Roll the shoulders back, hugging them together. We're going to keep the feet planted, but reach the knees apart and then together. So we'll feel this in the calves. We're not rolling out or in on the foot is planted. Surprisingly hard today. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. So we're going to take our ball between our palms now. Tuck the tail, curl back just a little ways. We're going to flutter the knees out and in. See if you can keep the soles of the feet on the mat. Now, as we continue that, this is like patting your head and rubbing your belly. We're going to slowly orient the ball off to one side. So we're going to twist. Dark web. And back to center. And then over to the other side. Actually, this is straight from Zena. God love her. Slowly, slowly back to center. Keep going. Over to the left or one side, whatever side you're on. Back to center. Over to the other side, last twist. Oh, and back to center. That's enough. Stretch those legs out. And we'll flex the feet, then point the toes. Flex and point, flex and point. Then let's bend those knees. We're gonna roll right down onto our backs. Once we come down, let's put a hand on each shin and gently rock from side to side, just massaging the back. And back to center. Let's bring the legs into a tabletop, so knees right over the hips. Let's bring our fingertips behind the back of the head. Scoop the core muscles down and in. Lift head, neck, and shoulders. If this bothers your neck, just release right back down. Single leg stretch. Reach one leg away, then switch, and switch. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Let's extend the left leg out. Right knee is bent. Lower the left leg a few inches and scoop it back up. Lower it a little more. Scoop it up. 3, 2, 1. Switch legs, reaching that right leg out. Lower and scoop to lift. 3 more. And 1. I'll bring it down. Arms release out wide to either side. Let's exhale and let the knees fall away to one side. Just taking a gentle twist here, breathing deep. And let's go to the other side. Holding here for a few deep breaths. And back to center. Find that nice neutral sacrum, wide and heavy on the mat, fingertips behind the back of the head. Bring the legs into tabletop, then lift head, neck, and shoulders if you're choosing to do so. We're going to reach both legs away, widen those elbows, bring the knees back to tabletop, elbows point to the knees. We'll reach away and return. 3, 2. Last one, we'll reach away and hold. Lower the left leg a few inches, then lift it. Lower the right leg a few inches, then lift it. Lower the left, then the right, and lift. 1 more each side. And bend those knees. Release head, neck, and shoulders. Hands come to the shins. Rock from side to side. And back to center. Legs in tabletop, fingertips behind the back of the head. Curl up, head, neck, and shoulders if you're doing that aspect of it. Crisscross. Stretch one leg out. Reach opposite elbow to knee. Then switch. This is everybody's favorite. Trying to lift both shoulder blades. For 3, 2, and 1. Oh, bring those feet down. Arms rest at our sides. Rock the pelvis east to west. Then back to center. Bring the legs back to tabletop. This time we'll reach the arms up toward the sky. Root the shoulder blades down to the earth. Lightly touch the palms together up in front of the heart. We're going to open the right hip out to the right, then scoop it back to center. Then the left opens out and back to center. We're keeping that same shape of the leg. As we come back to center, we're pressing those palms more firmly together. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Stretch both legs up to the sky. Take hold of the backs of the thighs just lightly. Press upward through the heels. Then point the toes. Press with the heels. Then point the toes back and forth. And let's bring the legs back to tabletop. Let's take our ball. We're going to bring that between the palms, shoulders rooting down the back. We're going to keep the same shape of the leg for toe taps. Reach the right leg down, maybe tapping those toes to the mat. Then scoop back up. Then the left, and scoop back up. As you scoop, squeeze into the ball. The whole movement comes from the thigh reaching away, and it's powered by the core. So if you're not feeling your core, think about pushing that thigh away. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Feet to the mat, arms at our sides. Rock those knees side to side. And back to center. Bring the legs into tabletop. Let the ball rest on the mat, and we'll reach our arms up to the sky. Palms lightly press. Lightly hug the knees together as well in tabletop. Now we're going to open the right hip out to the right and the left arm out to the left. Inhale, exhale, scoop back to center. Then the opposite limbs reach out. So just one leg at a time. Deb, hinge open at one hip. Just one leg, I know. It's a brain teaser. We got one leg going one way and the opposite arm reaching out. Yes, and in. Just wait, it just gets better from here. But wait, there's more. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center, lightly press those palms together. Bring the heels together, let the toes be apart slightly. We're going to hold that froggy shape of the legs. Lower one pinky toe down toward the mat, keeping the shape of the leg the same. Scoop it back up. Toe taps from froggy. Lower the other and scoop back up. Yes, you're always welcome to take a peek up here in the hopes that I'm doing it right. Eternally hopeful. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Yeah, release down. Let's stretch one leg out and then the other. Let's reach the arms up overhead and stretch in both directions. Then coming back to center, soles of the feet on the mat. We'll take our small ball. We're going to lift the hips just enough to slide that ball underneath the sacrum. So it's pretty low down, not on the lower back, but pretty low down towards your bottom. Arms resting at our sides. Let's turn those palms down, bringing the legs into our tabletop position. So palms lightly press. We're going to slowly extend one leg away, single leg stretch, and bring it back. Then the other, and bring it back. So we're still seeing if we can find those core muscles here too. They're working to hold us steady. If we want to add more challenge, we can come into robot arms. So the upper arm stays on the mat. Or we could, and I say we very generously because this is still a big challenge for me, we could reach the arms to the sky. Sandy can do it, so you can look at her. You gotta find the right ball, yeah. Find your right level of challenge and the right ball for 3, 2, 1. So let's extend the left leg out, hold. We're gonna lower that left leg a few inches and scoop it back up. Lower it a few inches, scoop it back up. One more time. Then switch legs. Right leg reaches out, we'll lower it a few inches, lift it, lower it, lift it. One more time. Beautiful. Feet to the mat, arms rest. Sway the hips east to west. And back to center. Arms at our sides, palms down on the mat. Let's bring the legs to tabletop. Lightly squeeze the knees together. Now we're going to hinge at the hip and open the right hip out to the right and bring it back to center. Then the left, open it out, bring it to center. I told you it was just going to get better, right? If you're wobbly, good. Good. It means those core stabilizer muscles are working. Let's come into robot arms. And if you want an extra challenge, you can extend one arm out to the side, the opposite arm. And you don't have to have robot arms. You could be reaching one arm to the sky and the other arm out. Let's do 3, 2, beautiful. 1. Back to center. Feet on the earth. Arms rest. Stretch the left leg out. Just let it rest. You can sway the hips a little bit in this position if that feels like a nice release for that hip flexor, or just hold steady and breathe. And find stillness here. We'll take a full inhale, full exhale. Breathing as we go, we'll draw that left foot back onto the mat and stretch the right leg out long, just letting it rest. Let the jaw release. And again, we'll just hold here and breathe, or you can add a little sway to the hips if that feels like it's helping you get deeper into the stretch. Then let's find stillness here. We'll take a full inhale, full exhale. Then breathing as we go, we'll bring that foot back onto the mat. Palms down, arms at our sides, legs come back into our tabletop. We're going to do our toe taps from here. So we'll keep that same shape of the leg, pushing one thigh away, reaching one set of toes toward the mat, scooping back up. Then the other side, and scoop back up. Our arms can stay on the mat. We can do robot arms. We can lift the upper arm just an inch off the mat. Each of these are an added layer of difficulty, or we can reach the arms to the sky. Each time you raise that leg back up, scoop up from the deep core. Good. Then bring the feet up, heels together, toes apart, froggy position. We're going to hold, squeezing those heels together. We're going to lower both legs by reaching the thighs away, just a few inches. Then scoop back up from the core. Lower a few inches, scoop up from the core, squeeze those heels. I'm shaking. Hopefully you are too. Keep that shape of the leg the same. We'll do 2 more. And 1. And release. Feet to the mat. Arms at our sides. Sway the hips, east to west. And back to center. Let's lift the hips just enough to roll that ball out. We'll lower straight down, so sacrum on the mat. Stretch the legs up to the sky. Arms at our sides. We'll reach the legs just slightly away until we feel the core muscles having to engage. We're going to open out to a big V shape. Then with the exhale, zip those legs back to center. Open out, big V. Exhale, zip to center. We should feel that core helping us scoop the legs back. Three more. And 1. Legs together, stretching up to the sky. Flex those ankles forward and back. Circle the ankles. Then change direction. Back to center. Stretch the balls of the feet up to the sky. We're going to reach up, so we're holding on to the calves or the backs of the legs. If we're lifting head, neck, and shoulders, we'll do that next. Let's hold the right calf, extend that left leg, hover it just off the mat for scissors. Then let's switch, pulse, pulse, and switch, pulse, pulse. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees in close to the belly. Release head, neck, and shoulders. Hands on the shins. Rock side to side. Then back to center. Legs in tabletop. Let's bring our palms up over the chest. Palms lightly press. We're going to bring the knees away from each other. Inner step of the foot is together. Then bring the knees together. Open those ankles out away from each other. Ankles together. Knees apart. Knees together. Ankles apart. You can go in time with the music. We'll have the world's most awkward looking dance. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Then stretch the legs up to the sky. We'll take our small ball, hold it in the hands, curl up, head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to lower the left leg to hover off the mat. Take the ball in the right hand. We're going to pass it underneath that right leg. Open the arms wide, switch legs, and pass, and switch. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Legs together. Place the ball on the shins. Roll it up. See if you can touch the toes with the ball. Roll it down just to the shins. Roll it up, touch the toes. Roll it to the shins. 3 more. Last one. That was great. I'm glad that's on the video. feet to the mat. Arms at your sides. Sway the knees side to side. Yes, I dropped my ball and it hit me on the face. Deep breaths. Probably just instant karma. And back to center. We're going to roll onto our left side. And let's press our way up for a moment. If you're at home, if you have a thigh band, you're welcome to use it. You don't have to use it for this. We'll get plenty without it, but if you have one, you're welcome to place it around those thighs. A TheraBand would also work if you tie that. Oh, I know I'm going to regret this. Too late. So we're going to roll onto our left side and we'll lounge on that left forearm. I can put that back for you, Sandy. Yeah, thank you. So we're going to be on that left forearm. Let's take our right hand. We're going to scoop it underneath those left ribs and lift them. So we're in those left obliques. We get those fired up. From here, we're going to do clamshells. So it works just as well without our band. Just get more for our mileage with that band. So we're pressing up and away into the band. Reaching away through the crown of the head. And see if you can press up and hold just for extra split second. We'll do 5 more like that. Last one, we're going to open it out and hold. Scoop the abdominals in. Tiny pulses with the thigh. Out, out, out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those thighs together. We're going to lift the hips and press them forward. So we're in a side bridge. You can bring your right hand to your hip. Then lower, let the hips rest. We're going to lift those hips, push them forward as if you're trying to do a back bend, and then lower down, just like bridge. Now, as we lift, let's reach the right arm up, lower, bring it back to the hip. We'll do 3 more. Last one, we're going to lift and hold. Press those hips forward. You can roll that right shoulder back just a little bit. 1 more inhale. Exhale. Lower down. We'll roll onto our back. Feet slightly apart here. Nice sacrum, wide and heavy. Fingertips behind the back of the head. Curl up, head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale. Inhale, lower down. We'll do that 2 more times. Curl up, lower down. Last one, we'll curl up and hold. Scoop those core muscles down and in. Tiny pulses with the thighs. Keep the soles of the feet firm on the mat. Pulsing out, out, out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, release the arms, rock the pelvis, east to west. Back to center, arms at our sides. Lift the hips straight up into bridge. Exhale. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. We'll do this a few more times. As you lift into bridge, press those knees away. If you have the band, lightly press outward with the band. Last one, we're going to lift and hold. Keep the soles of your feet firm on the mat. Reach those knees away. We're going to pulse the thighs out, out, out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Lift a little higher. and release down. Stretch the legs out long. Reach the arms overhead. Flex the heels, then point the toes. And release. We're going to make our way onto our right side. So we're lounging on that right hip and the right forearm. Take your left hand, reach it underneath those right ribs, scoop them up and away from the mat. So we're engaging those right obliques here too. Left hand on the hip for clamshells. We'll just open and close through that left thigh. Keep lifting up out of those ribs. Good. Lifting up out of that right shoulder. And now we'll just linger just an extra split second as you open that thigh out. We're going to open it out, hold, scoop the abdominals in, tiny pulses, up, up, up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Stack those knees. We're going to lift the hips into bridge. This is our grand finale of this set. And lower them down. Lift them up, push the hips forward. Lower down. As we lift, big inhale, let's reach that left arm up. As we lower, hand to the hip. Last one, we're gonna lift and hold, press those hips forward. You can let your shoulder roll back. One more big inhale and exhale, lower down. Let's roll right onto our back. We'll shimmy out of this thigh strap. Woo. And just place it aside. Let's stretch the legs out long, reach the arms overhead. And take a few deep breaths, just stretching both directions. Then we'll soften. We're going to take our small ball and we'll place it underneath the left ankle. So we can rest our leg on it. Finding our neutral sacrum. We'll stretch the right leg up to the sky. Arms resting at our sides, or you can have hands in prayer. We're going to circle the right leg in and down, around and up. So with the arms at our sides, it's a hip opener for sure, holding suppleness in the hip. With hands in prayer, it also becomes a core stabilizing builder. So we're not letting ourselves rock from one side to the other. Let's change direction. One more big circle. And let's bring this right knee in close. Clasp hands over the shin. Soften those shoulders. Give yourself a nice big hug. And release. We'll switch sides. So we'll roll that ball underneath the right ankle. Stretch that left leg up to the sky. And we'll start to circle it in and down, around and up. Arms resting at our sides or hands in prayer. And change direction. One more big circle. Then let's bend that knee, clasp hands over the shin. Let those shoulders just melt. Give yourself a big hug. And release that left foot down to the mat. Just roll the ball out of the way. Stretch one leg out and then the other. Palms turn up, arms resting at our sides. Just gently sway the neck side to side. And back to center. Let the eyes close. We'll take several deep breaths here, just inviting the body to absorb all the benefits of the practice. Let's deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Stretch a little. Then let's roll to one side. We'll press our way up, finding a centered seat. Closing our eyes when we get there. Let's bring the hands together at the heart, just bowing the head to the heart for a moment. Invite the practice to strengthen the best parts of you, your courage, your sense of humor, your hopefulness, your resilience. May we and all people have hope, joy, love, light, and laughter. Thanks so much for sharing your morning, and namaste. Thank you.